Hello everyone, and welcome to the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Care Network. I'm Dean, the host of the N.A.R.C.N network and channel, and also the host of the Unmasking the Narcissist channel. Excuse me. Today we're going to be presenting episode 145 on the N.A.R.C.N network, and the title and content of episode 145 is How the Narcissist Stays in Long-Term Relationships. So, how does the narcissist manage to stay in long-term relationships, considering the way that most narcissists actually behave and how they are? Well, you'll probably find, if you look at a large base of narcissists, of course, most of us out there don't know a large base of narcissists, but for myself, I have a really good knowledge base from the N.A.R.C.N network. Just from talking to people on the network right now, I've talked to a great many people and listened to their stories about their narcissists, and also listened to what's going on particularly in their lives. And I have a really good kind of knowledge vault of what seems to be occurring across the broad spectrum of narcissists that are out there. And one thing it seems to be going on that affects whether or not a narcissist can stay in a relationship for the long term seems to be exactly how willing that narcissist victim is to just about do everything for that narcissist. So it would seem, from what I'm understanding from my experiences with members on the N.A.R.C.N network, and from studying other information to do with narcissism, that generally when narcissists are able to tough it out for long periods of time with their narcissistic appliances, it's usually because that appliance provides several things to that narcissist. One of those things is security, and that can be of an emotional nature or a stable nature or of a financial nature. Narcissists will get together with a person who can provide them with these particular things. They will also get together with individuals who often are not paranoid individuals, not suspicious individuals, excuse me, people that they can pull the wool over their eyes easily, people that perhaps aren't as emotionally intelligent as other individuals, who aren't as questioning as other individuals, or just basically have a lot of empathic traits that the narcissist can actually manipulate and monopolize for their benefit. So when a narcissist is grooming someone to become a spouse or to become involved in a long-term relationship with, they're going to look for people who aren't difficult to deal with. Somebody who doesn't question what they do. Somebody who will blindly follow what they're saying. Somebody who doesn't cause much trouble. Somebody who has probably a good financial backing to them is another thing that they pay attention to. Somebody that provides them with good fuel in all of the elements that they require fuel, be it good, bad, whatever it is. And somebody who basically is just a person who almost waits on them hand and foot, more or less. They seem to pick out empathic people like this to have relationships with because they stand out as being people who are easily manipulated, people who really won't fight back much, people who won't put up much of a fuss, perhaps, people who have good financial means about them that they can take advantage of, and maybe a number of other reasons here for this particular thing. But this seems to be, or these seem to be the particular things that most narcissists pick out. I know for me, with my narcissists, any of my narcissists that I've dealt with up to this point, they would probably definitely say that I am a very empathic person and I'm very caring. I put a lot of energy out towards people. I try to show them that I care for them. I try to show effort towards them. I try to understand them. I make a lot of effort for the people that I'm with. And this is probably why I myself was also singled out by a narcissist to be taken advantage of, because I have these advantages that they can take advantage of in this way. Although I also don't have some other advantages that take advantage of. I'm not a rich person in my life at this particular moment. I live in by very normal means, and I don't have a lot to offer in those particular ways. But I do have other things to offer a narcissist who would take advantage of me, and I believe that the people that I dealt with that may have been involved with me in a narcissistic way monopolize those things that I offer to an individual that I'm with. And this is probably why I made a good target. But most other narcissists will look for all of these things in this particular way that they can get off of somebody. That's not to say that every narcissist looks for somebody who's emotionally stable or very balanced, or that every narcissist looks for somebody that has a lot of money available to them that they can take advantage of when they're with that person either. Every narcissist is different. But a lot of narcissists do look for these things to be stable with a person that they're involving themselves with for some period of time or for an extended period of time, because these are things that provide advantages to that narcissist. Now, that being said, how does the narcissist stay with these people? Well, as we've talked about in many other N.A.R.C.N episodes, the narcissist is amazingly good at hiding who they are. They look to be one particular thing with you at one moment, but the reality is that they are something completely, utterly juxtaposed to that most of the time. And people are not aware of this when they get together with somebody because of human nature. The inherent ideas in human nature are that we, as people, as human beings, think that everybody else is not out to necessarily harm us or to cause us emotional damage or anything of this nature. We believe in the inherent goodness of other human beings. And the narcissist is able to take advantage of this with us, but with other appliances as well too. And this is what they feed off of and what they use. They're also extremely prolific at being convincing with the people whose eyes they're pulling the wool over when they're dealing with them. They're very, very good at this. They hide very well. And one of the reasons they hide so well is because when they were in their formative years, they probably had to do a lot of hiding from things that could harm them. This could have been emotional abuse, neglect, sexual abuse, whatever it was they needed to hide from. They became very good at that. And they now use that ability to hide who they are from other people in order to gain what they need for their narcissistic requirements in the end. So, excuse me, that seems very extreme that somebody would go to that. And I had even somebody say to me the other day that, oh my God, this takes a narcissist a massive amount of work to maintain. It does actually take a narcissist a massive amount of work to maintain, but they have a protocol that they're following that their mind dictates that they have to follow. And they just go with that protocol, so they will do whatever is required to make themselves feel safe or to keep themselves safe in an incident where they're dealing with a narcissistic appliance that they have to keep in check or that they have to keep unaware of what they really are. So it sounds crazy that they would do that amount of work to do that, but this is exactly what narcissists do. They keep up the facade for long periods of time, months, years, decades sometimes. As long as that facade is working for them, they'll go with it, and they'll try to take advantage of that narcissistic victim for as long as they possibly can. And this is how narcissists manage to stay in long-term relationships. Sadly, some of the people that narcissists also deal with in these relationships may be a tad bit naive at times or just not aware of what's going on. It's not that these people are stupid. That's not the case at all. But again, human beings want to believe that other people or other human beings want the best for them. And narcissists monopolize this idea, and they use it against you in very effective, beneficial ways for themselves. And this is how narcissists can stay in relationships for decades and years and whatever, without that person that they're dealing with really becoming aware that they're dealing with a narcissist. And this is how they stay in these relationships, by maintaining a facade, by lying, by being deceptive, by taking attention away from them, by directing attention other places when they need to, by putting on one of the best, most amazing, award-winning acts that you can possibly imagine. And this is how narcissists are able to do this over time with individuals that they are involved in relationships with, of a romantic nature, or sometimes even of a friendship nature, depending on what's going on. So this was basically a very quick idea I wanted to give to you in episode 145, all about how narcissists manage to stay in long-term relationships. They're just really, really great at doing that. They're really great at the act that they present. They're really great at the safety protocols that they use for themselves to not be found out. They've made a life of this, and this is how they're able to pull it off for long extended periods of time, and how they're able to actually do this very, very effectively with individuals who are sometimes of very high intelligence, and who should probably know better, but just don't realize really what's going on. And it's really, really sad if you think about it, because a great many people get taken advantage of because of this by the narcissist. But hey, this is what the narcissist does, and this is what we all have to learn about when we're learning about narcissism. So this has been episode 145. I'm going to say to you guys, please stay tuned. I'm going to have some more episodes coming up over the next month. A lot of different topics here. And we'll be covering some stuff to do with the narcissistic pandemic that's going on in the world, and you know, a bunch of other topics about narcissism that hopefully you guys might find interesting. So I'm going to say to you guys, hope you guys have a great day or evening. Please stay tuned. I'm going to have new content coming up, and I'll catch you guys really soon.